Hey everyone, I wanted you to see this video of Miss Williams and what she said about the various people in the description. You can check my wall and check this out later. Also, to all the fan base out there, I'm just teasing. There is no fans. We don't have fans. No one has fans, please. That's just retarded. For the people who watch my YouTube, my computer has been seized by the clowns yet again. So this is the only way that I can communicate with you. So I'll be doing a live stream, or I'm going to jump on to a Twitter space so that I can talk and voice, and you can hear my voice again, because this is the only fucking way, because these clowns just have everything tied up right now. And the Canadians are probably the fucking worst. They're the worst clowns there is. They're just diabolical when it comes to seizing assets and making people stop talking. So this is the way we're going to do it. We're going to do it this way. So listen to this young lady.
Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, Kim Kardashian, Tyler Perry, Jeffrey Epstein, Disney, and Jane and John Doe 1 through 100. That represents a lot of the celebrities that I did not name. However, they are a part of this complaint, and it also represents various government actors, including the CIA and other agencies that facilitated my targeting. My preliminary statement is I, Shakiyla Williams, bring this action as a last resort, not for money or legal victory, but to place the truth into public record. My life has been systematically dismantled by a powerful, coordinated network of celebrities, corporations, hospitals, and government actors. I believe I was placed on a government watch list after being poisoned in an Ohio hospital. That placement triggered a series of devastating abuses, identity theft, surveillance, creative and financial exploitation.
I wanted to just interject. If you look at my wall today, there's a very interesting woman, a congresswoman, and I forget her name, but she's going to Ohio tonight, and for all intents and purposes, she's going to have a deposition by none other than Les Wexner, who basically runs Ohio and has the entire medical system under his belt. Now, think about the gravity of what you've seen just recently in the Epstein files with his experimentations. Now, the Anons knew this years ago. We knew that the experiments were being conducted. We didn't know exactly which ones or which programs, but it seems as though coronavirus was also included in on that, as well as transhumanism and nanotechnology. So with that understood, Les is probably his boss, I'm going to say, and the person responsible for this lady's horrible story. Sorry, go on.
And trafficking. My likeness has been monetized by some of the world's most powerful entertainment figures. My daughter, who is now 18, has also been targeted. I named Rock Nation, Beyonce, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, Disney, and many other Hollywood actors as a part of a Hollywood-centered enterprise profiting from this abuse. Through this lawsuit, I seek not only relief for the personal harm I've endured, but also a permanent public record of how government power, corporate technology, celebrity influence, and institutional medicine can be fused together into a weapon. I was raised in a family affiliated with the Black Liberation Movement and the organization of Malachi Z. York. This affiliation made me and my family, including myself, a target of government surveillance and retaliation. In 2009, I was connected to a small music label in Columbus, Ohio. A contract was presented to me and my mother signed it on my behalf. Soon after, my mother passed away under suspicious circumstances at Mount Carmel West Hospital. This hospital has since been sued for wrongful deaths and patient mistreatment. I believe my mother's death was not natural, but rather a consequence of her involvement with that contract and the larger trafficking network. After her death, I experienced a series of events that led to my poisoning in hospitals, including Doctors West and OSU. My medical records from those visits were erased or altered. I believe these poisonings were a coordinated effort to remove me as a threat or to convert me into a commodified vessel within a broader human trafficking system. It is my belief that the hospitals were alerted ahead of my arrival and that the medical staff were instructed not to provide proper care. Each time I sought medical attention for symptoms of poisoning, I was either told that nothing was wrong with me or denied the necessary tests that would have confirmed what was happening to me. Though I cannot prove how such a program works, this is what I believe based on my experience. Jeffrey Epstein, a financier and trafficker connected to Les Wexner, has extensive ties to the Columbus, Ohio medical system. Wexner, a major funder of local healthcare institutions, including those linked to Doctors West Hospital, indirectly facilitated a network that enabled my poisoning. I believe Epstein's influence extended through Wexner's financial control of hospitals where my records were altered and my poisoning was carried out. I believe I was placed on a government watch list and labeled a black identity extremist. That label has enabled decades of covert surveillance, identity theft, creative exploitation, economic sabotage, and repeated attempts to psychologically break me.
So I'm not going to play the entire video. You can check it out in the link. I'll leave it there for you guys, and you can take a look at this for yourselves. But this is exactly what they do. They intimidate the witnesses. They intimidate the individuals. They censor. They kill. They maim. They traffic. They do a lot of bad shit. So with that being said, a lot of the Anons have already experienced a lot of this kind of stuff, and we do believe in most of the victims because of the fact that these clowns we had to deal with every single day of our lives on Twitter back in the day. Believe it or not. So most of the victims that we tried to talk about, we were silenced for doing so 5 years ago. How many? Sorry, 6? It's been so long. But anyways, so we do understand where these victims are coming from, because these same things that they have gone through, we've been telling the same story for the past 10 years. So this is Sainted, and I'm out of here. Check it out.